It's your boy Zay-P, Zay-P that I am. I am that I am, as you are that you are, for we are all that we are. From the individual to the many, from the many comes the all. And the all, there's so much flux and division in the culture, so much mixed messages and psyops being played on the masses that it's causing people to divide further and further. It's causing people to have more and more conflicts, clashing and butting heads. And what's happening is that people are starting to see who's really for you and who's really not for you. And this is not to say that if somebody doesn't resonate with you, they are bad, and that it is good to shun them or anything of the sort. But a lot of people are experiencing this fall away, where those who are not truly aligned for you will fall away once you start speaking your truth, once you start standing in your light. And it's sad that it takes so much trauma and pain to get people to speak their truth and stand in their light. And it's sad that it takes all of this for the clarity of who we are to be seen, and for us to get clear in that energy so that we can actually express and embody our truth. But the more we're able to do this, the more your circle is going to keep getting smaller and smaller. Because the truth of the matter is, we bought into this narrative that we're all social creatures. And this narrative leads us all to seek this sense of belonging and sense of community. And yes, as humanity, we are benefited through socialization, through the creation and building of society. But we are not intrinsically social creatures. If you were in a forest or a deserted island by yourself, you would not die from being alone. Now, in being alone, could you experience loneliness? Absolutely. But you would not die. You may not even experience loneliness, because loneliness is just a subjective judgment on the experience of being alone. You can be alone and have a damn good time. You're stuck on an island somewhere. You look at that movie with Tom Hanks. He's on the island. He starts making friends with the little volleyball. He starts carving masks into wood bark and talking to the trees. I mean, these things help us normalize, but we would survive. We would survive and we would live just fine. And so this narrative that we are social creatures has convinced us all that we need to be around others, and we need these huge social circles, and we need to be liked and loved by all, and we don't. And it is the seeking of that that's leading so many of us astray, because as we seek to be approved, as we seek to be validated, as we seek to be accepted by others, we start to lose grasp of our own truth. We start to lose our own self-acceptance, because we're so busy crafting ourselves into these different carafes that are made to fit and receive the approval of others, right? We are so busy trying to be sweet to this one, or be thoughtful and kind to that one, or be what that person particularly needs, that somewhere along the way we're losing who we truly are. So the fact of the matter is, as you come to your true authenticity, what you're going to find is that those who really resonate with you are the ones who are meant to fill your circle. They're going to be clearer and easier to spot. They are going to find you more clearly and easily. Yes, your circle may get smaller, but it's going to get cleaner. It is going to get purer. It is going to be filled with those who are going to feed into your goals, into your ambitions, into you, what you're trying to create. But you're going to lose a lot of those who may just be around for the fluff, who may just be around for the superficial, who may just be around so that you can support them. You're gonna lose a lot of those fake relationships. And when you're not mindful, that can feel like rejection. That can be a very painful thing to experience. People tend to feel a sense of loss. going through rejection. And it affects people's sense of self, that sense of worthiness. I was rejected. Am I not worthy? Why am I not worthy? What's wrong with me? When all that's wrong with you is that you didn't fit that other person's narrative or role that they assigned to you. But you can never fit anybody else's narrative or role assigned to you. If people cannot accept you for who you are and all that you are, whether they agree with everything you say or not, if people cannot accept you for who and all that you are, then people are not accepting of you. And to seek and need approval from those people who cannot and will not accept you for who and what you are is a waste of your energy and really a toxification of your own life. Because in seeking the approval and the attention and the acceptance of those who are not in resonance with you, you're seeking to be in resonance with those who are not in resonance with you. You're seeking to be fake so that you could fit in, go along, get along. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging that, because that is an easier way to live. That is a safer way to live. But these times that we're in is really forcing people to define clear lines and boundaries to who they are and what they're willing to accept. And when you get tired of living a fake life, a life that is all about pleasing others, fitting in with others, and you really start to want a true, genuine life that reflects who you are and reflects your choices and reflects your lifestyle, then you want the people around you to embody that similar type of energy. You want those people around you to really be in resonance with what you're about, so you can be in resonance with what they're about. And that only happens when you're willing to step into your authentic truth, speak your truth, shine your light, and be okay with your circle getting smaller, losing all of the fake friends, the fake supporters, and getting closer and closer to those who really recognize your truth as something of value, to those whose truth you recognize as something of value. It is much better to have a smaller circle of friends and supporters and loved ones that you resonate with than it is to have a vast community of deferring peoples and opinions and points of views that you have to constantly waste your energy conforming, adapting, and molding yourself into. When you do all that, you start to lose yourself. And the idea is that we need to find ourselves to create our truest experience of life. As we do that, that's when we start to honor source and the divine within. And that is when we start to truly come more aligned with that source, truly come more aligned with ourselves. And so this message is all about letting go, allowing yourself the space to be true in who you are, and allowing your light and truth to chip away the dust, the fake, all that is not in resonance, that is not in service of your ultimate highest experience. And that is not to say that these people and these things are bad. They have their own circles to cultivate. They have their own truth to uphold and to live into. And they have their own path towards divine and towards source. But their path is taking you away from yours. If you're on a path and your path might be expedited, direct, straight to the top, why do you want to go down the path with all these other people who's meandering, lost in the wilderness? They haven't even reached the building yet. You're at the building on the ground floor. The goal is to get to the top of the lighthouse, to really embody yourself. You found your temple. You found your lighthouse. Everybody else is still outside wandering around trying to find their lighthouse. Why do you need to be following others and fitting in with others on their journey as they're still wandering trying to find their lighthouse, when all you need to do is go up those damn steps and get to the top of your tower, hit that light switch, cut that light on, You're there already. They may not be. And it's not to say that they are bad on their journey or they're doing something wrong. But if they're not there with you where you're at, they're not on that same journey, and they're not aligned with what you're trying to accomplish, then letting them go to do their own thing is the healthiest thing you can do for yourself. Having a smaller circle of people who are really there with you, who are ready to climb those steps and reach the top of that tower, versus having that massive mob that's standing outside, lost and scattered in the woods. Which group do you choose to align yourself to? But if you've already found your temple, then keep your circle small if you have to, because the smaller the circle, the realer and authentic it is, and the quicker and easier it is going to be for you to ascend to the top of that tower, to truly embody that light that you are. And that light is going to shine and show the way for those masses lost in the wilderness. But you'll never be able to cut that light on if you're standing around in the wilderness with everybody else, following along with everybody else, because you need a sense of belonging. Mankind, humanity, is definitely benefited from social experiences. We are benefited from society. But the idea that we are these intrinsically social creatures and that we need socialization to live, otherwise we won't live, which is clearly false, it's just that. It's a narrative. How true it is up to how true you live it to be. So, if you find yourself meandering back and forth between your own truth and dealing with everybody else's truth, you're meandering back and forth between your own path and walking some lost path because you want to belong, the choice is always yours. But as soon as you decide to walk your path and walk your journey in truth and go directly to your light source, the sooner you will see your circle get smaller, but it's going to get cleaner, it's going to get purer and more authentic. And that is what we all need to be cultivating in our lives today.